We're getting some signal.
See where this thing goes. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be. Gross.
That's exactly how you need to open.
Ew.
That's exactly how you need to open. No, it's
That's
perfect.
only only time we've actually hit a harmony together.
Is that a BB Rexa?
I think so.
Yeah, you
and
did
like
that
one of the
Florida,
country artists
Georgia.
or something, yeah.
Hell yeah, it is. Do you remember when we saw BB Rexa?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right? That was
Joe
the Jonas
Bros.
Brothers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was pretty drunk by then.
Well, it was weird because we were pounding shots backstage.
I know.
So we don't even, for another time.
For another time.
For another time.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw Baby Rexa drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Swell.
We back.
We back on our shit. You know, it's a thing.
We tried something new
Yeah.
and it didn't work.
We didn't like it.
Stick to what you know, man.
Which I think, now that we're back from the holidays, getting back into routine, right?
Yeah.
One of
The theme of this podcast.
One of the healthiest things
Something
you
we
can do.
completely lost track of for the past 9 months.
What, routine?
Yes.
Yeah, every day was, I'm just looking to make sure we're recording.
We're good.
It's working. Yeah, every day since April, which I've told other people this, but I've been like, we've not been able to catch our breath.
No.
It's been a constant, every day was like as fast as we can.
We went to the bakery holiday party last night and had to fill out a little questionnaire, and it was like, one of the questions was, what would you consider like your busiest season in life and what makes it that way? And I think just thinking about like the year in general,
Right.
like when are you normally busiest? When do you have the most going on in your world? And my response was just every single day.
Yeah.
But never wanting for excitement or something to do.
Which I think last year was a busy season.
Totally.
The year
Yeah.
was a busy season.
Yeah.
We've had like ebbs and flows. I
Yeah.
feel like already the past few weeks have been like, okay,
Almost normal.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that we can like wrap our hands around and like feel sort of consistent for a moment.
Yeah, which I think anybody would say that they have these moments in life which are extremely chaotic. And a lot of
Right.
people call them seasons, and it's not
That's-
necessarily following the actual
Right.
weather
And
seasons.
it's not four
moments.
during a year. It's,
exactly.
oh, there were two.
Sometimes it's 5 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's,
Well,
a
I think
year or
especially
6 months.
when
It's a
you're,
season.
yeah, you're starting another business. You know, these things take way longer.
Oh my God, imagine having a kid.
Yeah, these things take, 9 months of pregnancy and then into having the kid.
Yeah.
That's longer than a normal season.
Major seasons.
Major seasons.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this season so far.
Thus far.
I think I'm just going to say it started January 1st.
Yeah.
Here we are. Today is the
12.
12th. Happy January 12th.
Yeah, I do not know any historical facts about January 12th, unfortunately.
No, it's kind of, sorry for anybody who has a January 12th birthday, but it's a day I don't think of.
Yeah. Well, MLK
Maybe-
Day is
maybe
coming
now.
up.
Yeah,
So next
yeah,
week. So
yeah.
you're already like prepped for that.
I feel like the first, January 1st being New Year's
Year's.
Day, then until the next holiday, which typically people would, celebrate MLK Day. Any of those days in between, you just
Well, it's
don't
really
even think about.
everybody back to work.
Absolutely.
I think that's the
Yep.
big thing is people are like, okay, well, we had typically 2 weeks off,
Yeah.
and now it's, well, we got to get back into routine. And I just saw a thing where this is when resolutions end.
Oh, it lasts almost 2
2
weeks. It's
weeks.
like, you get as close to the 2-week mark as you can, and then people are like, fuck it.
So I feel like the
Never
12th
mind.
is sort of like,
Yeah.
if you're going to do it,
Yeah.
this has to be the time you
This
do it.
is it. This is like the hump moment.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what? I didn't have a resolution this year. What I am already doing, and I think I started it later in the year, another thing that was on my questionnaire at the bakery party last night was just like, what's a new habit that you have in your life? And I'm really trying to stick to the idea that whatever needs to be done, or if something comes up, if it will take 2 minutes or less, do it in that moment.
Which-
assuming you can, obviously.
That's advice
But-
for everything. Everything,
Oh
right?
my God, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm not going to clean up this mess. Do the dishes or whatever it is. Make
If
the bed.
it takes 2 minutes or less,
I always
do it.
I always think about emails.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I could put this off and not respond and let them
Mm-hmm.
pile up, which I often do.
Oh yes, I'm aware.
But the idea being like, okay, It's going to take me less than 2 minutes. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And you'll feel a huge sense of relief. Now you can go on and do the other shit.
Exactly. I think so many people, and I do this a ton with text messages, and I can almost guarantee everybody feels this way, because you want to send the text message, you want to engage in the conversation, but maybe you know that you don't have the time to actually.
You sparked a guy last night.
Right,
David,
right.
You said the 2 minute thing.
And he sent a text.
And he was like, you know what?
I've been meaning to send this text message to somebody. Because what happens is, I think you want to send the text, you want to engage with the person, but you know you don't have the time to get into the actual conversation that ultimately needs to happen or you would like to happen. So instead of just sending the text, you don't. Yeah. But the likelihood that you're going to get a text back right away, because the other person on the receiving end is probably thinking the exact same thing. So it's like, just be fine with sending a text and then responding when you get to it, and then just like going back and forth. But don't let it just linger forever.
Well, you know, I'm really good at responding to text messages.
You know what, Matt? That is the biggest lie.
Last I looked, it was 583 unread text messages.
Yeah, and I guess to give you slight benefit of the doubt, some of those are group messages.
For sure.
So it's not all direct messages to you.
I think a lot of it, and what happens
but
is...
I would say 507 of them are.
What happens is, I'll see the text.
I know.
You know, it'll be like, I'm coming, or got this, or confirmed, or...
Yeah, you don't care about getting rid of the dots.
Right. I don't care at all.
Oh my God.
So then it's just like,
that is
okay,
like, those are two different, I mean,
message.
People always joke that like a person who doesn't have anything in their inbox marries a person who has 2,000 things in their inbox. And it's just so true for us. And those are just very much two different types of people.
But with email, I like to be way more on top of it.
Yeah. But I understand. It's like, okay, cool. I acknowledge your text. I don't have to click on it to get the blue dot to go away. Right. I do.
Yeah, no, which I get it.
But that's okay.
Maybe there's a tiny age difference between us, and I wonder if
maybe
that's something, the 5-year gap where it's like, I don't know, like I don't care as much about it or something.
Yeah, maybe notifications were...
I didn't even have them when I started cell phones, right? Like, you didn't get push notifications at all.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember, you just opened your phone and you just went to your messages app and there...
I don't even know if... It would vibrate if you got a text.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember...
I'm thinking back to my Razor.
I can see it.
I'm thinking about... Because like a little thing would show up. No, you would 100% get...
I'm thinking back to Nokia.
and I
did
have a little like Motorola that I don't think had any sort of screen. It maybe had a clock, like it had the time on a screen, but then you had to open it up. But then, then I think at the bottom there'd be a little message icon, and it would have either a number or something that But yeah, you're right. The idea of a push notification,
Yeah. Someone's done that analysis, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. And really, actually, the only push notifications I have on are text and email.
I get all the Instagram ones.
Oh, God, awful.
Mainly,
I think, have, at least 5 Instagram accounts that I have to check for various purposes. I cannot be getting all those notifications.
Yeah. You know,
I'll die.
DMs I don't really deal with because I get them for my personal art page. But with the other businesses, I like to just sort of stay on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, what separates you from other businesses? If you can respond and stay on top of it, it shows that you care more than other people.
Well, something I was actually going to like bring up at some point in this conversation, the idea of being fully informed versus obviously unaware, but where does that, in terms of it affecting you as the person, like basically, is it better to be fully informed of all things that are going on, both in your personal life, in your community, in the world, et cetera, but risk sort of the stresses that come along with it? I'm thinking in terms of like you as a contributing member of society. And here's the thing, the answer to this is a happy medium, or is it better to be sort of blissfully unaware and you're going about your day happy-go-lucky?
Well, stop me if I'm sure I've yapped about this a ton, but 1912.
Yes.
The first time that newspapers from New York were available next day on the West Coast.
Right.
So the entire country, for the first time, were able to have all of the news the next day.
Right.
So not even immediately.
Right.
The next day. And at the exact same moment, there was this gigantic rash of what they called nervous disorders.
Yeah.
People couldn't get out of bed.
Right.
They couldn't react. They suddenly were bedridden with fear.
Right.
Because they could get the news.
Right.
You know? And I think if you flash forward to what we're doing now.
It's the same thing.
If on 10x, 1000x.
Right. Like our brain basically can't keep up with all the information.
Historically, you only knew 100 people.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now we, as individuals, have the choice to be informed or not. We can turn on the news. We can have push notifications. We can have all these things, or we can choose to not. And so it's like, which is the healthier option? Which is the better one for your ability to actually interact with society and your community? Like I said, the answer is a happy medium.
I know, of course.
But I just feel like, I feel like especially a lot of people right now feel like it's their duty to stay heavily informed of everything that's going on, but to the detriment of their actual life right now.
Yeah.
They're miserable, they're terrified, they're anxious, they can't function because there's too much going into it. It's like, you don't have to do that, but there's this pressure to stay informed because the minute someone says something to you that's, something that's going on and you say you don't know about it, well then you're ostracized. Oh, you don't know about that?
Right.
How could you not be aware that that's happening? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's a hard thing in this moment.
Well, there's power, there's social currency, right? And the social currency is knowledge, but only very topical and with specific groups. Like, if you were to be hanging out with your liberal friends and you're not like very in tune with what's happening with ICE right now, and very in tune with like immigration, and you don't know the right terms and terminology, and you say the wrong phrasing, like if you say like Latino when they're saying Latinx or something, then they will make you feel like you're stupid. But it goes 100% the other way as well.
Right.
Like if you're not aware of the positive things that as far as like the trade deals or Trump like stopping the war in Gaza, and if you don't say the right phrases in the right way, then people who are conservative will ostracize you for that. It's a battle over language. The only people who are blissful are people who don't care.
I guess that's what it is. You just don't give a fuck.
You have to not just
you choose when you want to engage. Well,
It's almost like it's like a Buddhist kind of mindset where you just got to let it go.
Yeah.
You can know it. You can have the knowledge. It can pass through you.
Yeah.
But the goal would be that you just like don't hold on to it.
You don't hold on to it. Yeah. And there's, like you said, there's a lot of pressure to hold on to it because a lot of people feel like it's their way of being part of something.
Being part of a community.
Yeah.
Right? You wrap your identity into it.
Right.
I am this type of person.
Yeah.
Therefore, I need to say these things. And if I'm not everyone wants to be part of a group.
Oh yeah.
That's ingrained.
We are tribal.
We are tribal.
We are tribal.
It's ingrained in us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I like that.
But I think nuance. The same thing with diet. The same thing with sunlight. The same thing with oxygen. Moderation.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And that's why I started that with saying the answer is somewhere in the middle. But
it does feel good to be informed, But it
also feels good to not.
Yeah, I think
to go out and it's not that you're unaware of everything. It's like, but you're going to do your job. You have a job and you're focusing on that today,
I would say,
as opposed to everything that's happening in the world and trying to take that with you to your job. And it's like, just go to your job.
Yeah.
Just go to the grocery store and interact with the people at the grocery store in a lovely human way and move on.
I think some people enjoy it.
Enjoy what?
Some people enjoy, it's what I'm thinking about right now is like, we love living in a city.
Right.
And we love being able to walk to everywhere, and we love having great dining and nightlife and activities and events. I interact with a ton of people who come in from the suburbs, and they hate it.
They hate all that. Yeah.
They hate all of that.
You walk places?
I remember I got a free ticket to the Morgan Wallen concert, and I met up with some friends.
Pretty much having no idea who the fuck Morgan Wallen was.
I had no idea who Morgan Wallen was. Of course I knew of the controversy.
I feel like you were like, I'm going to Morgan Wallen at the Horseshoe, one of the largest stadiums ever.
It's the second largest stadium in America.
Yeah.
So it's like 120,000.
And this was like night one
capacity.
of two or two of two.
Two sold out nights. So Morgan Wallen is playing 2 sold out nights.
This was like what, 2 or 3 years ago or something?
Yeah. After he had just done like 2 sold-out nights at like Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
Crazy.
Which is another football stadium.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But obviously, he was huge, and we hardly knew who he was.
I did not know. I could not tell you a song. The only song I know now is the one with Post Malone.
Yeah.
The only reason I know it
is because Post Malone.
Why else would I fucking know it? And so I go to this fucking concert. There's, over 100,000 people there. Second night in a row, sold out. So that means at least 240,000 people bought tickets to this event in Columbus, Ohio, where I live.
Yeah.
And I don't know this artist at all.
Yeah.
So there's a whole different demographic of people. People are existing, wanting different things, loving different things, living different lives than you.
Well, and I think that is a good reason to shut off the news sometimes, because you are only getting pieces of information that really follow a very specific sect, especially depending on which stations you watch. And I think anybody would argue this, but we've said this a lot just in conversation, that we feel very fortunate that, your clients are such a broad spectrum of the human race.
Makes a huge difference.
So what we get is little glimpses into all of their lives, which actually looks the exact same.
Oh yeah, people want the same thing.
For pretty much everybody. And so it's a very positive outlook.
It really is.
But I think a lot of people do not get that.
People think there's a giant divide.
Of course.
When my most liberal to most conservative clients essentially want the exact same shit.
Yeah, and want to go about getting it very similarly as well.
Yeah, they have the same wants.
But the minute you put labels on it, they look like completely different things.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but anyway, here to tell you that everyone's the same.
Everyone's the same.
Everyone's the same. But how was your day?
It was great. I mean, it was as much of a sort of like prototype day that I like to exist.
Okay.
Well, we got up early and we went to work out.
I read.
So you
read, which is really nice.
Which is your favorite thing. I slept 30 more minutes.
Yes, you did.
Which was great.
Yep.
And then we get up. This is what I really like. You got to start out with a win early.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I'll read.
Yeah.
Check mark.
But
there
then
you go.
We do cardio.
Yep.
So it's like 40 minutes on the treadmill. Great. Feel great.
Check mark.
Get our favorite coffee, Brioso in Columbus, which, just so you guys know, hold us accountable. Last year, we were in the top 5 of their best sales.
Yeah, because we go every single day.
Because we go every day.
Yeah.
Every day except for Sunday. And this year,
they're closed.
This year, I'm already like...
We still drink coffee on Sundays.
We still drink coffee on Sundays, but we go to 3 Bites.
Yep.
Shout out to 3
Also
Bites.
amazing.
But this year, I already told them, we're going to be number 1.
Well, here's the thing. There were at least a handful of sales that I used. either didn't put in our account number or I used a different credit card. So we just have to use the same card and account number for every transaction, and I think we'll be the winners. Is this something we should be proud of? I don't know.
When we post this, tag Brioso.
Okay.
Like, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
But I expect a prize.
By coming for you, we're going to give you money.
Yeah, great.
I love it.
It's a win-win.
Well, I'm going to get back to my prototype of a perfect day, but we spent the holidays in a different town, and we had various coffees, and none of them were as good as Brioso. Not even close.
It's insane. It's the perfect cup of coffee.
It's the perfect cup of coffee.
It's the perfect cup of coffee.
I do know they travel to Ethiopia, and they go to places, and they like source it directly. And
their house blend, house party is the jam.
But
coffee.
Get up early.
Check mark.
Workout, coffee, breakfast with my babe. Always solid.
I mean, I just get breakfast cooked for me, so it's pretty fucking great.
I love to cook every morning. But then I'm at the studio early. I cleaned, I mopped, vacuumed, wiped everything down. Got
That's
that all tidy.
Feeling. Yeah.
I was able to do a couple of emails, organize my shit.
Check mark.
And then crushed a tattoo.
Triple check mark.
Then I come home, snack.
Oh, quadruple check mark. Love a snack.
Then you and I go and practice music.
Oh my God, quadruple check mark. Amazing.
Play a little rock and roll.
Yes.
Then we go to our private club, eat dinner. Or I'm like, what are we doing? What is our life? And I'm like, oh, you know how to cap the night?
Podcast, baby.
Squawk.
Squawking. That sounds like a lovely day.
It was a solid day.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does sound good.
It's good to have like all of your favorite things line up. You know?
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Tomorrow's going to be a disappointment.
I was going to say something's going to happen tomorrow. Now it's going to be it's already going to be a mess, but that's okay. Keep yourself humble.
Well, for sure, which I think we've had many humbling moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
in tattooing specifically, but in also music,
right.
basically every other industry, even right now trying to get into galleries again.
Yeah.
People sort of won't, people are either afraid or uninterested in new talent or
right.
new people coming into it.
Right.
And I think that's across all industries. But then I'm like, do you have a right as someone being in the industry to control or dictate who gets in or not?
Right.
And then at what point, like, what are those guidelines or guide rails? And then also, like, is it good or bad for the industry?
Well, I think for a lot of people, these gatekeepers, there's a risk factor.
Of course.
And nobody is really taking risks right now for various reasons.
Yeah.
I think that maybe that's a subconscious thing. People hate change.
Of course.
But what sucks, especially in the art world, is the risk and the change is what creates the vibrancy in the industry. So it's like those should be the people who are the most willing to invite newcomers and embrace the larger community and find ways. And it's like, I guess I'm thinking in terms of like a gallery. I feel like that's the perfect opportunity to set up different shows. Have your shows that showcase, you know, your bigger artists, your higher quality or more established art, etc. But then have the little shows that allow the newcomers to come in, because that's the best opportunity to see what's out there and see like, oh my God, this person is doing something amazing, but they're 19, so they've never done anything. Holy shit, now I can see them, maybe I can foster them, maybe I can help them, or at least I'm giving them the opportunity. And they are going to learn what it's like to show in a real gallery, and they'll take that with them when they move on. So I think it's bullshit in the art world for that to not be happening. But, you know, and then I guess just thinking about the industries that we are in, and the tattooing is a little weirder because obviously if somebody owns a shop, they've opened the shop, they've poured their heart and soul into it, all their money and resources. I feel like you should, I guess, be allowed to have who you want in there. Now, that doesn't mean you don't take on apprentices just to not take on apprentices. Or, you know, it's like, I don't really know the exact answer to it, but.
Yeah, I guess what I see a lot is if you're tattooing, I'll stay away from that for now. But
yeah,
in music, it's like when we just did the Metallica thing.
Yeah.
People got really pissed that it didn't sound like Metallica.
Right.
And so they're like, well, if this doesn't sound like what I think it should sound like, then it's wrong.
Right.
You know? And you try to like push that to the side or keep those people out from doing the craft. But it's like, I think in all of these sectors, there's more than enough room.
Oh my God, absolutely.
For
Metallica is doing it.
Yeah.
They're being wonderful because they're allowing us. I mean, just to like fill anybody in, they did this cover contest, and we basically did a kind of country twang version of one of their songs. And I will say the majority of the people really liked it. And I think they liked that it was completely different. And Metallica, I mean, they've already put out a statement that when they started this contest, they had no idea what to expect from people. Are we going to get, because they just said, cover our songs and we're going to choose the ones, the best, quote unquote, best ones. And those are the winners for each song. We fucking won, which was really cool.
It's pretty cool.
But they just recently put something out that said, like, we really had no idea what we were going to get out of this. You know, are people just going to strictly cover the song exactly how we play it and show that they're able to do it as well, if not better, than we are?
Which some people did.
Which some people did.
Yeah.
Or are we going to get people playing the entire song on bongos?
Right.
Which they did.
People did,
and
yeah.
I think they were probably very glad to get that broad spectrum.
And I think when you do open it up, when you open things like this up, people will surprise you.
Absolutely.
And what I don't like about, I guess, the term gatekeeping is so fascinating, right? It's like you don't let people into this thing, this industry, into this community, into, you know, it's literally you're putting a gate up. And I think what I see, it's definitely typically an older cohort, and they don't want new people getting in because they're worried about their pie, right?
Of course,
Slices of pie being taken
That's competition.
Away. But what I see often is a lack of vision and opportunity.
I was just about to say it's laziness.
It's laziness. It's like I have my shit set how I like it.
Yeah.
I've set the thermostat, and I don't want the degree to move. But what you're not realizing is if you make it a little hotter, then the ice is going to melt, and there's more water, and there's more room for floaties and more room for opportunity. You know, like
pool party. Let's go.
You're missing out on what could be because you've only seen what's in front of you.
Well, and that can be translated to the individual. That can be, I mean, that's just like a metaphor for everything.
But it just drives me crazy because I get approached by young people constantly. I'm probably meeting with like a young artist.
Oh yeah.
Every other month-ish, I have a meeting. I mean, I just got hit up today to do like a shadow, and like someone wanted to write a report about me, like a CCAD student or whatever. And it's always like, I've reached out to, 50 fucking tattooers. No one responds.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk to them. No one wants to like take 1 second to support and foster them. And I'm like, do you not see the potential? Yeah, exactly. Here's gigantic opportunity.
Well, and I was having a conversation recently with someone who was looking for a lawyer.
Yeah.
And reached out to, for a very fascinating project, actually. And, she reached out to I don't know how many lawyers, and one person responded.
Yeah.
One fucking person. And thankfully, they were an amazing person, probably because they were the only one that responded. But it's just amazing to me. And, I guess if you are crazy busy and you can't take on new clients or you can't do something, then fine, then like shut down all forms of communication, I guess. But to just like have all this, these communication ways out there for people and then just to never respond, it's like,
I will say
that you're just missing out on a ton of opportunity.
The advice I give to a lot of people, and that has worked on me, is I'm like, well, so this is the advice to the person who is ambitious and going for the thing, and you're hit with gatekeepers all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, find the person that you want to be your mentor, that you want to be trained under, or the company you want to work at. Find the thing that you're like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And be relentless, be annoying.
Yeah.
Because the only people I have ever ended up training are the ones who just annoy the fuck out of me.
Don't stop knocking.
They just don't stop.
And it's not a negative annoyance.
Yeah.
It's just that they're persistent.
Yeah, it's like
and you finally get to the point where like, all right, fine.
Every few weeks.
Matt, you have basically said that you can't ever take on apprentices.
I'm literally...
And I will say, like, your setup is not great for it.
I know.
But you pretty much always have some sort of apprentice underneath
there's always someone,
there's
always someone around. And what happens is I'm literally like, I'm that guy who's like, I'm too old for this.
I'm too old for this
shit.
But
I'm too old for
what's
this.
up?
But then I just see like, when I see the potential, I'm like,
well, it's exciting. And I also think it has a lot to do with how confident and successful people feel like they are in their industry. Because they'll say, when a person is at the top of their game or as close to the top as they're going to get.
You're going to say exactly what I was going to say. You're going to say exactly what I was about to say.
They're always willing to help out the underdog or the person that's just starting out because they've done it.
I see it all the
time.
They're there. When I hang out with guys who are in their 60s.
And it's not even to say that you're the best tattoo artist.
No, I don't mean that at all.
Sorry, you're not.
No, I'm definitely, oh my God, babe, I am perfectly
but
aware.
you are confident and you are so stable with where you are that it's exciting.
I've had the benefit of interacting with people in varied careers, you know, lawyers, judges, doctors, surgeons, really cool people. And if they're good at what they do, and they become more free with their knowledge and information. The only people who put you down are typically people who want to hold you back. And they're typically at a place that they're unhappy.
They're unhappy. They're at a point where they could lose something.
Anytime someone has told me, "Oh, that's a dumb idea,"
they hate everything about themselves.
Then I look at their lives. You know, when they're like, "Why would you do that? That's dumb. That'll never work." Anytime someone has said that, I'm like,
"So what's working in your life?"
But also, when you hear it, you don't think about that.
No.
You just get a negative reaction.
Right.
Like, oh man, like. I mean, you only read the negative reviews, you know? So you're just like, oh, what a bummer. It takes a minute to extract yourself out of that, look at it holistically.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking recently, I think it's just so hard when you're looking at social media, which I know is just bad in general. And it feels like everybody is just out there preaching or proselytizing or whatever, just everything.
Everything.
Every time you read a caption of something or there's a story, it's someone trying to say something as if they are the all-knowing, end-all, be-all. This is my statement for the day. And it is so fucking exhausting to look at.
Yeah.
And then it drives me crazy because I'm like, do you really feel that way? There's no way you actually do. But to have the, I guess, confidence or just, I don't know what it is, to always be putting that out there. I don't know, I was just thinking about how good it feels the majority of the time when you can honestly admit that you were wrong about something or honestly admit that you just don't know something.
Yeah.
I think saying you don't know something is actually so powerful because now you're saying, oh my God, an opportunity to learn. Or you could spin it on the person and say, teach me.
Yeah.
And then they have to teach you.
Well, and I think that's the right way to do it. When a lot of times when you're having conversations, especially, political conversations, people just assume that you know something.
Right.
And they just keep talking.
Right.
And the way to actually get the person who is talking to think about it is to be like, I've never heard of that.
Right.
And then they have to elaborate on it.
Right.
Most of the time, people are regurgitating talking points.
Totally. But I don't think you should be honest when you say, I've never heard of that.
Absolutely.
Like, don't just say that to like catch.
But I think where you were at is most people are uncomfortable saying they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So the key is, you have to be humble. You have to be confident.
I think it very much comes with age too.
I think it was age. I also think it comes with like having a mastery of something. So like, you are okay with saying you don't know something because you know other things.
Right.
So like, if someone were to ask you about equestrian shit,
I'd at least have some answers.
you'd have some answers. If someone were to ask you about guitar stuff,
I'd have some answers.
you'd have some answers, right?
Yeah.
So you have base knowledge of topics.
Yeah.
Where you have sort of a baseline. So when you're in a conversation and someone's talking about something you don't know about, maybe they're talking about sailing, and you're like, they're talking about the way
tell me more.
The sails go up or something in ties, and they say like, when you do this knot, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, but what a cool thing. Then you get to learn a knot.
Then you get to learn a new thing. You get to learn a new thing, but a lot of people, they don't have something they feel confident that they know about. So
that's a good point. I never thought about that.
So then they just are willing to pretend
just go along and
accept
pretend.
and just go along because they don't want to show that they don't know anything. Right?
Yeah, because it might come back on them.
It might come back on
tell
them.
me something that you know.
So
Instead, just let that person keep talking.
And that's how you get just roped into like ideas that are complete farcical.
Well, okay, so that's exactly my point. And I was like, we're actually destroying knowledge by allowing people to just keep doing this and doing this and doing this because there's no moment to actually think and ponder and discuss, and everyone's just spewing.
We've also
we're just fucking up knowledge.
We've gotten rid of, there is a return to trades now.
Yeah.
But we've gotten rid of a lot of people who like do have interesting skill sets.
Right.
I'm in a trade industry.
Yeah.
As are you, obviously.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you have to have certain skills and knowledge about the craft and what you do.
Which is your baseline. All right, I know something.
I know something. I know something. Do I know everything? No. But I know something.
Surprise, nobody does.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
The more I know, the less I know.
That's a whole different thing. But yeah, when you engage in these conversations, I have found it interesting, like the people who have like data entry jobs and degrees that don't really represent anything are the least confident and therefore have like the weakest ideas.
Except for the ones that fucking crush Excel.
Well,
there are like
a skill.
Okay, totally.
Are you going to talk about the Excel championships?
Competitions?
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy.
Those are dope, yeah.
It's crazy. Hotkeys.
Oh yeah.
Got to know those hotkeys.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, I agree. It's like if you, but then honestly, everybody does know something.
Yeah, but you're not a blacksmith.
Yeah, but
I think there's a swagger.
Well, then maybe it's getting people
confidence.
excited about everything they're doing. It's like even if you have a very quote unquote mundane job that maybe is just kind of very basic level data entry. Well, fuck it. You at least know how to do that.
Yeah.
Give yourself that confidence to then go out into the world and say, I do know something. This is what I do. Be excited about it. I mean, anybody can talk about anything with excitement and it's going to be exciting.
You're right.
So maybe that's where we need to push people a little bit harder. It's like, just get fucking hyped that you're alive, that you are doing something, that you are part of something, that you have relationships.
While I was mopping my floor this morning, I was learning about Indian Premier League cricket.
Yeah.
And I had never been more hyped about something ever.
Did you ever think you'd be hyped about cricket?
Never. I actually think most people did not think they'd ever be hyped about cricket.
Yeah.
That's sort of the point of Indian Premier League cricket is that it's fucking fireworks and cheerleaders and Bollywood, and it is the energy of...
Seriously.
It's like WWE meets the NFL.
Yeah.
But it's cricket.
Hey, hype it up.
I think, actually, a question I was thinking about today. So, learning about Indian Premier League cricket, the whole organization is based on revenge.
Yes.
So basically, like, there was one guy who figured it out. He was an Indian guy. His family was rich. He went to Duke in America.
Yeah.
So he was like, wait, sports.
Exactly.
India didn't have a sports network. India did. They had cricket, which was popular.
What year was this again?
This is the early 90s.
Yeah.
92.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And so he ended up striking a deal with Rupert Murdoch and Fox and Disney together because they don't have laws over there that are like ours. So there's no antitrust laws.
Whatever. Put it all together.
Put it all together. But then Rupert Murdoch ends up taking over and pushes this guy out.
Right.
So the Indian guy is
because he's like, I got the
shit. So the Indian guy is like, motherfucker,
fuck you.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes on a quest of revenge. And I was thinking today, I was like, if I started a business out of spite, what would it be? Like,
did you come up with anything?
No, I didn't. I was gonna ask you. I was like, what would your revenge arc if you were to start a business purely based on revenge?
I don't know what I
to
need
get
to
back.
revenge. Come back. We'll come back to this.
We'll come back to this.
I'll
but I
think
just thought about
that.
like what a powerful thing revenge is. Obviously, it's movies. There's tons of books. Tons of art is based on this sort of like your whole mission is based on revenge. But to make I think Indian Premier League cricket is now the second largest as far as profitable behind the NFL.
What? Really?
Sports in the world. And it's actually bigger. It's actually bigger than English Premier League soccer.
That's crazy.
But mainly population.
I was going to say, yeah.
India, every match has like 400 million people watching.
Because every Indian is watching it.
And that's bigger than, every game is bigger than the Super Bowl.
Which I know they have more than 400 million people in India.
They have a billion.
I know.
So it's like in America, the Super Bowl is like 90% of people watch it, and that's still only like 200 million people.
Right, because we only have 350 million. Yeah, exactly.
But in India, you got one sport you care about.
Yep.
It's cricket.
Yep.
And everybody watches every game.
Yep.
So it's just scale right there.
Yeah.
Huge, right?
Totally.
No, it's completely insane. But I love that the whole thing is just he was on a revenge arc. Like, fuck you, Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fuck me, I'm gonna
watch out,
dominate this whole shit.
Just put my entire life into it. But speaking of sports, just made me think about sports betting. And
I'm in, baby.
But
actually, we got to wrap this up because I got to check my bets.
No. But I did want to talk about the whole Kalshi or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Polymarket and just
Yes, and what are we doing to ourselves?
Well,
only because I'm getting sponsored ads for it. It's like I just bought my Starbucks because I predicted what the weather was going to be in 15 minutes, and I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah. So prediction markets is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We've gamified everything.
Yes.
Which is sort of the end of the road.
Okay, so that's basically what I was gonna ask. Are we kind of just at this weird not quite pinnacle, but just like, is this where it kind of just falls flat?
I think people will get bored of it shortly.
I think sports betting, never. I think that's always going to stay.
Yeah. Well, if it's, anything that is
It's more live.
A game of skill.
Yeah.
Where you can bet on the skill. There'll be stakes in it, and people have always, gladiators, right?
Yeah.
Like, it goes all the way back.
Just the idea of, like, basic predictions.
The poly market stuff. What I find fascinating is, like, the prediction markets are better at predicting elections.
Are they for sure, though? Like, is that...
So the big thing was the reason that poly market just went public and there's billions of dollars of interest is because it predicted the presidential election and every other world election more accurately than any poll.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're getting... How... Are they checking those daily? I guess they're checking polls daily, too.
Just
thinking about, is it like more live?
Secondly.
Yeah, is it more live
Yeah.
than a poll?
Yeah, and like a thing can happen like Trump getting shot in the ear or like someone making a weird misstep or statement. And you can see.
Well, yeah.
You can
well,
see
especially
live.
It's in your hand.
You're looking at hills and valleys like live, like whoa, oh, what's happening? And
so you are kind of watching the heartbeat
same thing.
of the.
When you're sports betting, like.
That's true.
Like, okay, they got that extra pass. Now the odds are changing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, interception. Oh, the odds are changing. Yeah.
It's fascinating. Are there any weird legalities with elections and prediction markets?
Illegal. All of it's legal. There's so many people now who are
you saying illegal or legal?
Illegal.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So a lot of things right now. There was a huge bet the other day that the press secretary would not speak for more than 60 minutes.
Okay.
And so a weird thing happened where...
There's just something you could bet on?
There's something you can bet on. So
Christ.
There's a press conference scheduled, she's speaking, and then at like minute 59, anyone who had bet that it would be under 60 minutes, all of a sudden the percentage starts going way down. Because it looks like she's going to keep talking.
Yeah.
She looks up at what people assume are a clock or something, stops abruptly, and leaves.
So do you think she knew about that?
Well, that's what, so everybody's like, holy shit, like a very few amount of people made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was, but there's no way to prove that there was like
any inside
information or inside trading. How was she, and I guarantee she didn't know because she's got other shit to do. Like,
well, I would fucking hope so.
Why would she be concerned with that? It was probably something else.
I don't know, there's big teams out there.
She probably had like an appointment, a thing she had to go to or do.
Which whoever made that bet maybe could have been like,
maybe knew.
I know what her schedule is, and
maybe,
I know that she's not gonna.
Yeah, when you're betting on shit like that, it's like.
When you're betting on shit like that, get a life. Go and do something.
People make a lot of money doing that shit. It's professional gambling.
But what is that doing for society?
Well, unfortunately, it's like YouTube right now, or influencers or anything where it's like, it used to be like being a ballerina or a rock star. Less than 1% of the people who do it are successful.
Right.
But I think I'm lumping a lot of things together now, but because of social media, you see not just Mr. Beast, who is maybe the most successful YouTuber of all time, but I see hundreds of streamers who are making millions of dollars.
I know.
Right?
I know.
And you're like, why am I not doing that? Why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
And like, we have jobs and careers and things we like, but what if you're 16?
Right.
What if you don't know what to do with your life yet, and you see these things where people are making tons of money, and it's low cost to them for work, but you also see.
Well, that's where
But you also see that a lot of social media, but also a lot of media, they're telling you there's no financial future.
Right.
Housing is out of control expensive. You're never going to own anything.
Right. So
even if you have a career, AI is coming for your career.
You just already feel the weight of the world on you.
You already feel like you don't have a financial future because AI is taking your jobs. You're never going to be able to afford a home.
Yeah.
So what are you working towards? So you would prefer a short-term big gain.
Which,
so what does that mean? You're interested in more risk.
Yeah.
Right?
Which wasn't there just a big, like a study on that especially, where was I listening to this? I'm sure it's like millennials and younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a much higher risk tolerance because they want that instant gratification, quick gains.
Yeah, well, especially
because there's nothing to look forward to.
If you're
you're not looking too far into the future, because if you do that, it looks like there's nothing.
I think right now, like, the perfect example is the trucking industry.
Okay.
So, like, truck drivers are needed so badly.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be a truck driver, you could make bank
Yeah.
right now. Like, all young people, I'm sure none are listening to this, but if you are, be a truck driver. Get your CDL. Do it right now. You can make a shit ton of money. Why do no young people want to become truck drivers?
Because they think AI is just going to take it over?
100% they think automated vehicles are coming and their job will be irrelevant. Why will I start a career that I know will be obsolete in 10 years?
Yeah.
Because all you see is AI driving. Waymo's coming. They're introducing 150 new cities.
But that sort of contradicts what we were just saying, that people are doing short-term things for quick gains. So wouldn't somebody want to just go ahead and do that?
No, because it takes effort to get a CDL.
To
start a career.
You have to put energy.
You have to put energy and
effort into it.
At least 6 months to a year that you have to dedicate to doing this thing, and then you have to start driving this truck.
Yeah.
And why am I going to do this for 5 years when I don't even know?
And then have to restart again.
And yeah.
But you're not starting anything if you're just sitting there and you believe that prediction and poly markets are going to be longer term than whatever your driving career would be to then get you to the next step. Like,
what would what is your bull and bear? What is your positive, negative career? So, like, what would be like a smart career versus a bad career right now?
For me personally?
For you, or just for people going into industry?
I have no idea.
I'm like, long-term, short-term. Like we said, like truck driving, do you believe that truck driving has sort of an endpoint? Like, are automated vehicles going to be a thing?
Well, the only thing I would say against that is, we believe that automated vehicles are going to be a thing.
Right.
They're not really here yet.
Correct.
The technology is getting closer and there are automated aspects to it. But hello, the chip market is so fucking volatile.
Yeah.
You don't know if all of a sudden that's just going to be gone and nothing's automated. I mean, you just don't know. And because it's not here, I'm like, I don't know if I put all my cards in, yes, 100% that's going to be a thing. So it's like, learn how to fucking drive. Get a job right now. I guess I'm more of the mindset
already young people don't drive, right?
A lot of them don't get their license. I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I'd actually say we live in a city, and I think it's much easier for the kids that we're around or we hear. I mean, like, I'm sure, yes, the statistics are there, but I think there's plenty of kids living in suburbs and rural areas who are still very much getting their license at 16 and learning to drive. And I don't know. I think I was just going to say that I guess I'm just a little bit more of the mindset of have a job right now.
Yeah.
And then instead of be working towards something and building on something, because either you continue with it or you start over again, but you at least will have made money and done something, check marked. I've had a job. Well, that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, you're just going to sit there and never have a job. I mean, I work for a company that gets applications in all the time, and I swear to God, a good, at least 50%, if not higher, 60 to 7%, fill out the application with 0 jobs listed.
Ooh, yeah.
Whether or not they're just being lazy and not listing their jobs, or they've not had jobs, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them had not had a proper job. Maybe like a babysitting or something, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
what was your first job?
Babysitting.
Babysitting.
Yeah. My first real job was at a little boutique at the mall in Dayton.
Right. I know that story.
I sat there by myself all day long because we sold stuff that was way too expensive for a lot of people in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah. It was great. And then I was a hostess. Mm-hmm. And then I worked.
Was that Sidebar?
Yep. I was hostess. That was the summer after I graduated high school. And then when I was in college, I worked for what was her title? The woman who like brought in outside artists, speakers, and did like an artist series thing. I was like her direct assistant. And then I worked for the dean's office. I was like sort of a like kind of student secretary thing for the College of Arts and Sciences. And then I was bartender, which was very funny.
Which is when I met you.
Which is when you met me. And then toured, played music. Then I started working for the bakery.
Now you're an entrepreneur.
Now here I am. I feel like I'm missing one, but I can't think right now.
No.
Did some other things, I'm sure. What was your first job again?
It's complicated.
Why?
Well, just, I guess when I was like 12, I was sewing purses.
Oh, the Vera Bradleys.
Yeah, I don't even think
you did like knockoff near Vera Bradleys.
I think I have to like bleep it as I say it, right? Like,
I don't know.
I was working.
I don't know if that's big enough yet.
I was working in a sweatshop, just slinging purses. Then I helped my mom had a cleaning service, and I would go and help her do that. And then when I was like 15 and a half, I started working at Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Which might be my first like job.
You know what I think my first real job was actually? I worked at a horseback riding camp, or like the barn where I rode.
Totally, yeah. You were like 9.
I was 9, and I was like teaching horseback riding and like basically helping run this summer camp. So that was my first job.
Yeah, that counts.
Well, you know what? First entrepreneurial job.
Yeah.
The old lemonade stand.
Yeah, that counts.
We used to hustle at the lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Which is great. We lived on a corner, and so people would see us kind of driving every direction, and we were cute girls.
Yeah,
people were stopping for lemonade.
I used to tell the story that, I learned at an early age, I was probably 2nd or 3rd grade, I loved to draw Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Little kids like to draw, but I really
like to draw.
And
well, you've made it your career, so I think it hasn't stopped.
But kids would give me, a quarter for a Raphael or 50 cents if I could do like a little scene. And so I would just like draw for like quarter. Now,
for milk money.
Inflation.
Oh yeah.
That was probably like $5-10, but
you're that old? It's mighty inflation.
Yeah, probably. When I look at
I really have no idea.
But yeah, I was hustling Ninja Turtle drawings at a very young age.
Yeah. I bet you were.
We did get we got a package from my grandma 2 years ago, maybe.
I don't remember, yeah.
But it was really fun because
like in the mail.
In the mail. They totally unprompted.
Yeah.
But
most of the stuff just like comes when we visit your parents, and your mom just says, "Here's a pile of your shit. Take
that's
it home."
That's what parents do. And the more like when you talk to anybody, it's like, especially when you get into your 30s and like I'm about to be 40, your parents are just like, "Here's a bunch of shit that I kept of yours."
Yeah. But it's yours to take it.
I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. The thought was there, but I don't want this anymore.
But this was unprompted from my grandmother, and it was like letters, cards, drawings from my youth that I had sent to her.
Yeah.
Like Christmas 1989 or something.
Yeah.
And they were very sweet, but it was like, of course, at 5 years old, I'm doing Norman Rockwell drawings. Like, who does that?
I don't know.
Why is that a fucking thing?
Do you guys have like a Norman Rockwell book?
We did. My mom had this
like
big
a coffee
Norman
table book or something.
Exactly, which I still have.
The same
one I have.
Yeah, totally.
But I would copy the drawings out of it just because it was cool. And I didn't even. Now I know so much more history about the Saturday Evening Post and Norman Rockwell and its importance in Americana. But then I was like, I don't know. I just thought they were cool.
They're cool. They're different than I'm sure a lot of things you were just seeing on TV or out in the world.
Yeah,
so
they felt
you
different.
were drawn to it. No pun intended. Yeah. I think I asked you this like a couple days ago, but I was just thinking about the idea of generational wealth.
Right.
And, that was, I'm sure a lot of people are still very focused on that, saving for your kids and your grandkids and stuff. But I feel like I've just had a couple instances recently with my own family where it's come up that somebody doesn't want to do something because they're trying to save. And it's like, well, save for what? Well, it's like, well, just to have savings, for for my sisters and me, or my grandmother, for my parents and stuff like that. And it was the first time I'd really thought about, I guess, generational wealth and how much I just disagree with that mindset. With the mindset of not doing something to save the money to give when you're dead.
Well, it's hard. I think that this falls into a category of a lot of things where it's like, this is how we were taught. Other things would be like diet and the grocery market and what you eat and what you buy and what you do. But buying the house, getting married, having the kid, the order of events, you were told, I save so I have something to give to my kids, and then I do this thing. But then you never were taught, like, where does that money go? And what does it even really mean? What does it even really mean? What is the value of it? And I think we're just now getting to a point where people probably realize, like, especially if your kids have their own means.
Well, I guess that, more, even people who are, technically impoverished right now, or, lower class, still usually have a home or somewhere where they live. They have basic, basic means. And so there isn't this, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but it's easier to live right now than it ever has been.
I would say that generational wealth, you're setting your family up for success.
Yeah.
Right? If you have these assets, these things to pass down, but all data will tell you that physical goods and things are not as valuable as experiences.
Well, right, of course.
Yeah. Like every possible study will tell you that actually, Greg, you could have like kept your retirement and only spent $80,000 a year to live frugally on limited means, and then made sure that your kids all got $3 million. But then you're dead, and you never went.
You didn't live life.
You didn't take them to Italy.
They don't have memories with you. They're going to have.
That's exactly
They're literally just going to have the money that then they're going to do their own thing.
And they're not going to care about it.
Right.
They're not going to care or respect it or appreciate it. Whereas if you would have just doubled that, $160K a year, then you could have spent a little more.
Yeah.
To have experiences and still given them something.
Right.
Right. And you could have given the grandkids a little bit. You could have like paid for their like boarding school or whatever shit. Like you could have still done the things, and it would have had a better impact because you would have been more involved in their lives.
Well, exactly. It's like you're still giving them the money.
You would have been more involved.
Right.
Instead, but so many people think I can't do anything
because I need
to save this.
It needs to be here when I'm gone. And it's like, why?
I really think we're at the end of the arc, and this is like
I kind of do too.
It's a double-edged sword because it's like we're losing the greatest generation, right? So post-World War II, the greatest generation, that was the mindset. It was like, we have all this wealth, all this thing, we're going to save, and we're going to pass it down. And then you have like all these big booms and busts with the 80s, and then with the financial crisis of 2008, and these different things that had happened. And now people...
Money... You can always make money, you can always lose money.
Yeah. People have a different mindset than they had, almost 100 years ago.
Right.
So we're at a precipice now, right now. And I hear you, and I think we align on that exact idea.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
I think it's important to save, especially for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Like you need to have that, and nothing is more secure. Who's the author? Arthur Brooks.
Arthur Brooks, yeah.
Arthur Brooks.
Yeah.
And so if you guys don't know Arthur Brooks, look into him.
Yeah.
But sort of the two takeaways that his philosophy on stuff, he's a Harvard professor, but one, if you can spend money, what do you spend it on? Time. So if you're gonna spend money on something, it should be that gives you more time.
Yeah.
Right? And why is that time valuable? Because you should be spending your time on events, experiences, things with your family, your loved ones, right? Third would be philanthropy, but it's sort of like if you have expendable income, create more time. That's the hardest. That is the hardest thing to create,
yes.
right?
Yep.
So how do you do that? Well,
in a healthy way.
In a healthy way. It's like, are there tasks or things that you're spending time on right now that someone else could be doing, and you can maximize your time in another way?
Right.
So is it a cleaning service?
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Is it accounting? Is it some like a phone service? Like what is it? What is it that could free up hours of your day? And then the rest.
Or just when something needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Instead of you trying to figure it out, call the plumber. Just call the plumber.
Just call the plumber. It's going to save you a ton of time.
And it's going to get done well.
And it's going to get done better than you could have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think sort of generational wealth, it's good to leave something behind. And I guess sort of the fourth thing Arthur Brooks would say is, what do you do with that extra money? Peace of mind is good. So it is good to save something.
Yeah, have something, yeah. You don't know what's coming.
You don't know what's coming, but also like what I would prefer, not generational wealth, but if my brother fell and got seriously injured, I would love to be able to step in.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm really not interested in passing it down is good.
Or just opportunities.
Yeah.
When someone comes calling and says, hey, you want to go to Italy? Hey, you want to do this thing? It wasn't necessarily something you planned or planning for, but it's an opportunity that, you know, as long as things align and it all makes sense, well, now you're getting this amazing experience out of it. And it'd be great if you're doing it with your family.
Yeah.
Or whoever you were planning to give the money to.
Yeah. And it might be an interesting thing, like maybe Super Bowl or F1 race or the Olympics or something, or maybe you know someone, a loved one going to an event or something, and it's like, well,
I'm gonna get them the great ticket.
Yeah, I could save this 20 grand, you know, and put it back in this CD or my 401k, and then maybe after I'm dead, my grandkid will give a fuck. Yeah. Or right now,
take them to that race.
We could go to this thing.
Yeah.
We could go to this thing together and have an insane memory. Do you remember when we went to the Swiss Alps? When we were fucking, or where's the Olympics? Italy?
Yeah.
The Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
Remember when we went to fucking Italy?
Yeah.
And we just saw like the first ever, what's the craziest flip? Down to 1080 now. They do a crazier one.
McFlurry or something.
They do a crazy.
I don't know.
What's past a 1080? A 1920 or something?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Whatever it is.
I can't,
But you're there the first time Shaun White does the fucking shit. And you're just like, we did that thing.
Yeah.
The value of that, and it's like, sorry, kid, I only left you 50K instead of, you know, 200K.
Yeah.
But it's like,
fine, I had a great.
Cool, Gramps.
Yeah.
That was way cooler. My grandpa was way cooler.
You know what that kid's gonna be talking about the rest of his life? His grandpa, not the 50K.
Okay, doesn't give a fuck. No, I think that's where you need to land on that, is that it's like, generational wealth is obviously more. It's something different. But I think spend it in the time that you have.
I think so too.
Focus on the moments you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree. Like now, this is a really good moment.
All right, I'm going to focus on this moment. Maybe
Let's
this is good.
on it.
This is it.
Everybody focus on this moment right
focus
now.
Focus on this moment.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. We're together.
We're together.
We're here in this moment. Thank you for coming back to Encore Report.
Encore Report 2.0, we're here.
We're back.
We got new microphones.
Yeah, well,
what a lot of people can't see is
oh shit, did it stop?
We're microphoning.
Did we even stop recording?
I'll be really upset if we did.
No, we're still recording.
Good. Woohoo!
All right, I think it worked.
Phew, all right. Good night.